As you walk across Ellsworth Correctional Facility, you will see a lot of beautiful foliage and plants. We have a greenhouse here and a maintenance supervisor that actually supervises that and supervises the residents that care for these plants. Once again, it is important that we contain the residents here, but sometimes plants bring a certain amount of softness to an environment and just a little bit of joy. So it's just kind of nice to have. Another positive aspect about having beautiful foliage and plants in a correctional facility is we continue to reinforce and support them in having pro-social activities. And it is actually therapeutic to have your hands in the dirt. So our residents here not only learn how to care for plants and cultivate them, maybe it's a hobby that they will continue even after they're here at Ellsworth Correctional Facility.
At ECF, we really pride ourselves on a good, clean facility. We pride ourselves on being professional to staff, to each other, the public, residents. We really pride ourselves on how we conduct ourselves inside. We hold our heads high. A lot of people don't know a whole lot about corrections. I'm really prideful of what I do and I like talking about it.
I'd say the setup is really nice. It feels like everything's really close, and I think having an open facility the way that we do, it's different from other facilities because then there's not something blocking your view from across the facility. So like on perimeter, you can see from building 4 all the way over to building 2. I like the way that this setup is. It's very open, and I think it actually helps these guys mentally because they don't feel as boxed in. Like sure, it's a prison, but like they don't feel like the walls are kind of surrounding them as much. So it kind of helps their mentality way more, and I think that's why our facility is probably one of the, I wouldn't say relaxed facilities, but I'd say one of the chiller facilities, I'd say. Like it's not, we don't have like a constant code or whatever, so I like it.
Behind me, you will find Building 2, which is our additional living unit here. It's a mirror image on both sides. You'll see 256 on each end in 3 pods, 88, 80, and 88. In the middle are unit team counselor offices. So those that are case managers, whether they're unit team counselors, unit team supervisors, or unit team managers, they're here in the middle, ready to serve those residents with whatever they need, whether it's programming needs, whether it is setting up a phone list or visiting list, or encouraging the appropriate behavior. Sometimes they want to transfer to another facility to be closer to family. Unit team will work with them on every aspect of that. Unit team also establish custodies, good time awards, program plans, the whole works. So their day is very busy, but they work very closely with those residents. And then we'll go on up to the next building. Behind me is Building 4, and it is one of our newest living units. Basically has 4 different pods with a control station in the middle, houses 4 different units. One of those is restrictive housing as well. We do believe in progressive disciplinary with our residents, and that may include warnings in the beginning written in their files. It may include summary judgments, or it may actually include some restrictive housing time. Sometimes that's good to really focus on what the behavior needs to be and go forward from there. So it's an important part of what we have. The other things we have in there are counselors' offices, unit team managers, unit team supervisors, the disciplinary office, and various other things. Also, our medical feed-ins are there. You don't think about that when you come to a correctional facility, but we have residents that are in that age category. They may not be able to get around. So during inclement weather, we actually feed them in. We provide housing for wheelchairs and a little bit for our older population. So that's about Building 4. Behind me, you will find our inside industrial yard, and it contains a lot of great things for our residents. You'll see several different private industries, Great Plains Manufacturing, and also Molly Manufacturing. Both of those focus on welding careers. We also have Barton Community College's vocational program. One of the best things about working with Barton is they actually communicate with those end users, those private industries, and say, what is it that you need in order to utilize them while they're incarcerated, but also what do they need once they're out to get those good paying jobs that help them support their families. So that's a great marriage that we have there. Also behind us, you will see a whole lot of bicycles and wheelchairs. We have what's called Wheels for the World, which is a Johnny Erickson Tata program that works exclusively to create and build wheelchairs to be utilized in third world countries, and that's an excellent relationship that we have. We also have the bike shop, and they refurbish bikes, and we use those to provide to families in need, to different Christmas shops, to families that need them, maybe possibly going through tornadoes and different natural disasters. But we also provide those to our parolees because that's instant transportation at a very affordable cost. We send them with them when they are actually released, so they've got that part taken care of.
We have our private industry areas. Those are very sought after by the residents. That's like the main goal of most of the guys that want to get better, is they want to make it to private industry jobs. One, they make money, and two, it makes them look pretty good, and it works.
When those gentlemen accept those positions, they have also accepted the fact that they will pay room and board, they pay federal and state taxes, Social Security, they pay crime and victims funds, they also pay towards their fines, fees, and restitutions, and then they can pay towards their child support as well. They have a mandatory 10% savings, and they can also set aside more money for their release, but it is a win-win. They get to utilize those skills and hone those skills so they're ready for their release, but they ought to also get to set aside that money for their release and start a little bit further ahead. Between our private industries here on the inside and also our private industries outside the fence for our minimum custody residents, we have around 104 gentlemen that are placed in those positions right now. Another one of our little known departments at Ellsworth Correctional Facility is the maintenance department. We always have to remember that everything we have here breaks and we'll need details to go out and fix those, or we may even have new construction. So in both of those initiatives, we're going to need the help of all of these departments, whether it's construction, HVAC, electrical, plumbing, woodworking, general maintenance, welding, any of those. So we have facility maintenance supervisors that supervise resident details to get those jobs done. So for those gentlemen at our facility that enjoy working with their hands, our residents are able to come and work on those details in order to get those things done. So you will see each one of the cribs here, and those details will go out and work in the facility every single day. At Ellsworth Correctional Facility, we partner with Barton Community College in order to provide our high school equivalency, our vocational programs, and also our basic programs. And those basic programs would be the ones working towards their college degree. So residents that come here to Ellsworth that need their high school equivalency, we will help them acquire that. That's one of the best things they could do for their future as far as getting a reliable and dependable job. But those basics classes to get the degree are also equally important. We have talked a little bit about our vocational programming with Barton Community College as far as welding that feeds right into our private industries. It also works so well when they leave our facility, go back into the community and need those jobs that create a good income to raise their family and themselves. So we appreciate this partnership. Our reentry department at Ellsworth Correctional Facility offers a tremendous number of programs designed to change the way a resident thinks and believes and makes choices. That can be family relationships, that can be job readiness. It can also be programs like substance abuse programming or sex offender programming. But those programs are right here at Ellsworth Correctional Facility Reentry. We also have job specialists, we have an institutional parole officer, we have a discharge planner, everything that is needed to ensure that resident has all the tools necessary when he releases to be successful. We love showing video and pictures of Ellsworth Correctional Facility and our amazing staff, but you know what would be even better? If you came and took a tour. Call us now and let's schedule one today.